Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So, just that fast, Michigan has a new defensive coordinator. And I try to tell people to calm down. It's not as big of a deal as y'all think it is because coaches leave, coaches come, coaches go. That's how college football works. There's no real loyalty with the coaches. They will leave. They will sign today. Somebody offers them more money. They will leave tomorrow. So it was just funny to me that people, oh my God, the coaches, the coaches. Coaches leave and they go. Now, we have hired Jesse Minter, and people will say, well, who's that? And he coached at Vanderbilt. They're not good, and that's what you're going to think. And that's what's, of course, Ohio State fans are going to say, oh, the Volunteers' defense was garbage. Oh, what are y'all doing? Because they have most of them. They just going to talk. So, but for us Michigan fans that do the homework and know what's going on, Harbaugh hired Jesse Minter because he was an assistant in Baltimore. That's where Mike McDonald came from, the Ravens, under John Harbaugh. So there's a method to the madness. You don't want to change your whole scheme again. You just implement it. So you hire someone that is familiar with the scheme. Man, that sounds pretty smart, doesn't it? So this is why I told people to relax. Because there aren't just two good coaches out there or coaches that can be familiar with the system. Like, that's just how it goes. Like, football is so big. There are so many dudes that know how to coach the game. So Harbaugh being smart and knowing, okay, I can grab this dude that is familiar with the scheme. So we're not implementing a whole new defensive scheme. Now, on offense, it looks like Moore is getting co-offensive coordinator, and they're saying Harbaugh wants to take more part in the offense, a bigger part in the offense, because Gaddis had most of the control last year, but he went with Harbaugh's philosophy, which was the run game. So we'll see how the offense goes. We're gonna run the ball, but to get the most out of an offense with the type of talent we have, you're gonna want the passing game needs to come along. So that's just what it is, y'all. This is why I just told people to relax. Like, just relax. Harbaugh interviewed with the Ravens. I mean, with Minnesota. Okay, he's here. He just had a good or great season, however you want to call it. So I'm fine with it. That's why I didn't get up in arms. It's all coming down. Braylon Edwards, we're going to lose players. We ain't lost a player. Just sit back and relax. Like, bro, sit back and relax. Harbaugh knew what he was doing. He told recruits what was going on. We didn't lose anyone. It's not likely we're going to lose anyone else. So everybody just calm down. Don't listen to OSU fans because they just going to talk nonsense regardless. There's very few that have a logical take on Michigan, anything Michigan. So you just got to calm down and relax. Just relax. It's not all coming down. It's not a dumpster fire. It's not, your coach, he didn't want to be here. He left, and now he's been all this nonsense. Just calm down. Golly. Like, y'all really need to calm down. Like, it's like people think since he went and took an interview, that just made the whole program just shake to its core. Oh my God, we're gonna lose every game next year. He took an interview. We lost Josh Gaddis. I need some of y'all to think about that because most of y'all hated Josh Gaddis. I had an OSU fan in my comments or on Facebook or something. Your offense was stale the first 6 years. Oh, you didn't realize Gaddis was there for 3 years? Gaddis been at Michigan. What are you talking about? So if it was stale those years, it's partly because of Gaddis. Stop talking about a team you don't barely know nothing about. Talking about the offense was stale for the first 6 years when Gaddis been here for since 2018. What are you talking about? Hyping up Gaddis. Gaddis had Harbaugh's philosophy. Run the ball. That wasn't really speed and space we saw most of that year. We wasn't throwing it all around. We were handing that ball off to a bell cow in Haskins and handing it off to a speedster and Blake Corum. And offensive line was playing well. There wasn't no crazy great philosophy that Josh Gaddis is really scheming him up. No, that was Josh Gaddis is running Harbaugh's philosophy and it's working. That's what it was. I'm getting tired of people talking about this team and they don't know about the team. Just talking. You don't know nothing about this team. Talking about some Josh Gaddis. Man, please. Man wasn't doing nothing but running the ball. If he was so great, Cade McNamara would have been so much better. But we ain't talking about that, though. It's just, y'all lost your offensive coordinator. It's going on. It's over for y'all. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Calling runs up the middle. What were we talking about most of this year? Why are they calling runs up the middle? Why are they calling runs up the middle all game? Was that not me and half of our fan base? They keep calling runs up the middle. Why don't they call stretch plays? Why don't they call outside zones, outside reads? Why don't they call this stuff? That's what we were hearing for most of this year, and then it started to click better, and then we quieted down, and Gaddis won an award, and now it's. But Michigan fans, we know, Gaddis wasn't all that. We know, because we used to complain about him since he got here, year after year, talking about where's the speed and space. I don't see it. We still really ain't seeing speed and space, to be honest. We saw running backs in space, running backs making plays, offensive line making plays. It wasn't a lot of speed and space. Let's just be honest. So that's just how I feel about that, and that's just what it is. I ain't gonna tell you no lie on here. Talking about some Josh Gaddis like the world is coming to an end. Give me a break. I act like this dude, somebody with some real accolades like Bill O'Brien or somebody in the NFL with rings and something. Like, what are we talking about? Josh Gaddis? If y'all don't go on some Josh Gaddis, come on. Come on. I'm sorry I had to rant on this, but I'm tired of hearing about Josh Gaddis. Like this dude was just so unbelievable. He wasn't doing nothing but running hardball ball and people hyping him up like he was the next coming of Vince Lombardi or something. Get out of here. Josh Gaddis ain't all that. He wasn't all that. He embraced hardball ball and then got the dividends of it. And then want to wonder why I'm not getting the love I want. Yeah, because you were just running Harbaugh's offense. You running the ball 70% of the time. You ain't doing nothing special. That's Harbaugh ball. I get on the Madden and run Harbaugh ball. I can call them plays. Run left, run right, run up the middle, run up the middle, run up the middle, run left, run right, play action, run left, run right, crossing route. Give me a break. Like this dude was just calling the greatest plays. He wasn't doing nothing but running the ball 70-something% of the time. Doggone team ran for like 3,000 yards. But probably had like 15 passing touchdowns. Give me a break. Come on. Come on. Now let me know if I'm lying. So I'm sorry I had to rant on this, but I'm just so tired of this hyping Josh Gaddis up. We lost Josh Gaddis. Y'all lost Josh Gaddis. You lost your offense. Man, give me a break. That man did something good, but he did it with Harbaugh's philosophy. That wasn't his philosophy. He just bought into what Harbaugh likes to do, and he said it this season. He made a commitment to run the ball because that's what Jim Harbaugh wants to do. And it just so happened you had a great run-blocking offensive line. It just so happened you had a bell cow running like a man amongst boys. It just so happened you had a speedster making dudes miss and going 60 and 70, throwing up the deuces. It just so happened you had another complete back that's a freshman coming in, catching passes and throwing passes. So I don't want to hear no Josh Gaddis. Just calm down. He won that, and he been at Michigan. All of a sudden, this dude's, where did they get this guy? He's running Harbaugh ball. He's not doing nothing special. I'm sorry. I just have to rant on. I had to let this out because people getting ridiculous, hyping up some Josh Gaddis. Give me a break. Miami, good luck with him. You can have him. You paid him more money. I wouldn't have. Have fun with it. Because he don't mean nothing over here. Because we actually been watching our games. We don't just watch one or two of the games. We watch every Michigan game. We've been watching him since he came. We didn't see no speed in space barely ever. So we don't want to hear about, Gaddis, we lost him. We lost Josh Gaddis. Who gives a, man, get out of here. Some Josh Gaddis, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to get on here and rant like this, but Josh Gaddis, like, come on. Now, we can let OSU fans think that he's something that we know he ain't, but Michigan fans, we know Josh Gaddis ain't that. We would have liked the consistency since he's been here, but come on. Come on. Josh Gaddis, come on now. He ain't that. He ain't that. Like, let's be real. He schemed up some plays, but it wasn't like that. But that's what I got for this one. New defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter. And it's just bringing consistency. So you lose somebody that went back to, and before I go, Mike McDonald was always on loan from the Ravens. Jim and John Harbaugh, people don't act like they don't seem to know, or maybe it's just OSU fans don't pay attention. John Harbaugh is Jim Harbaugh's brother. So he was on rental from them. When that defensive coordinator position came open, whenever it came open, and it came open this offseason, Mike McDonald was going back to the Ravens. That was always the plan. He was going back to the Ravens. So, Jim finds another guy that used to coach with the Ravens and gets the same consistency, that knows the scheme. So players aren't learning a new scheme. So us losing McDonald, that was always going to happen. And us losing Gaddis, all right, bro. Gaddis was interviewing for head coaching jobs, didn't get any. He was interviewing for them. I think at Duke or Virginia, he was interviewing, didn't get him. So he wasn't finna be here. He was gonna stay maybe one more year, if that, and he was gonna bounce. So that's just what it is. But Gaddis, he don't impress Michigan fans like that. If you was paying attention, he don't. It's just the truth. So I had to go on a rant, and some of Michigan fans, that wasn't really just for you. That was mostly for the OSU fans that talk nonsense, because they always watching. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. I had to go on that rant. I had to. But like, share, subscribe. It is always go blue.